CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop. CHICKEN.
Guys, the Chicken's here bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we are stopping the use of Seekers. They are no longer relevant. We're gonna get into why that is, where we're going from here, what the plan is exactly, and everything like that. Guys, make sure you're using the code Chicken in the shop. If you want to be entered into the giveaway at the end of the month, we're giving away $100 worth of instant training. So all you got to do is use the code in the shop when you buy something, send me a screenshot, or let me know down below in the comments. And here we go. All right, so... okay, so we have stopped using Seekers. Now there's 2 or 3 different ways of attacking right now. We're gonna cover that, but let's look at the tech tree first and just kind of see where we were at today. Now today's big purchase was the shock launcher. We got the shock launcher, and we actually got them up to tick 4, which means we can get 2 of them. And then the next biggest thing is we want to get that building damage. I think. You know, it's tough to say what's better to get shocks or building damage. You kind of need both. You kind of need them at the same time. You know, if you're really struggling and you got to wait like another day to get enough keys for shocks, I'd probably say get building damage first. It's cheaper. It's fairly easy to upgrade. And we are going to have to get this. It's definitely required. We're going to have to max that out. So between the building damage and the shock launchers, this is kind of the end of the road for the Seeker meta. You know, there's still going to be like really, you know, good players that use them, but for the most part it's going to be easier to use different troops, so we're going to cover that. Let's go over some attacks in a second, but yeah, so between the Scott Shield, the building damage, and the shock launchers, it becomes very hard to seek the base, mainly because of the building damage. If they don't have building damage, you got to watch it, right? You got to watch it. So let's take a peek here. Now this base, for instance, he's only got 1 shock launcher. I don't think he had any building damage. So for this base, we were okay to go ahead and use the strategy we were talking about yesterday, where we use the heavy choppers and the Seekers, and the heavy choppers are essentially just clearing out mines. We use the extra GB to do 2 things. We're either hitting shock mines or we're using shocks on the shock launcher. Okay, so that was the 3-4, 3-1. Let's see, look at a slower one. 252. I think this is going to be so this should be, I think this guy had the building damage. Let's see what I'm using here. Yeah, okay, so let's take a look at this. Now here's what we're doing for the high building damage bases. We're doing heavy chopper and rocket chopper, and there's a couple. It's mostly 2 heavy choppers and 6 rocket choppers, and basically I did the drop kind of wrong here. You're supposed to delay drop. You drop 1 heavy chopper and then 3 rocket choppers behind it, and then you wait for them to, you know, if there's stuff out here. I guess this drop was fine for this phase, but if there's stuff, you know, right off the landing, let them clear that, and then throw out the next heavy chopper and the next set of rocket choppers on the other side, just so they spread a little bit. And you know, it's super easy to use, which is the good thing, because we're essentially just free clearing. But we are shocking stuff as the heavy choppers are out. It depends on the health or the level of the boom cannons. If they got max level boom cannons, you want to be shocking them, because if not, your heavy choppers are just gonna, you know, they're not gonna get rinsed, they're not gonna get melted instantly. But you know, it's something you got to pay attention to. You can't just let them get, you know, smacked by boom cannons the whole time. So let's just get into some live attacks. I think that's going to be the best way to go over some of the stuff here and see what we got. So, all right, now we can see on the top left his current boost. So he's got 50% building damage, 50% building health, 40% building damage, 40% troop health, and 50% troop damage. This guy actually has the extra troop damage. I don't think that I have that yet. I think that's still coming up soon. So this is a bit of a mismatch. He's got more building damage and more troop damage, but we'll try to make it work. So this base, since he's got the building damage, we're going to go ahead and use heavy chopper, rocket chopper, and we're going to throw them out just like this. We're going to go heavy chopper, 1, 2, 3. Now you got to be careful. The rocket choppers are faster than the heavy choppers, so just keep that in mind. So here's essentially how we're doing it, guys. We're just throwing them out like this. We let the heavy choppers clear 1, 2, 3. I was a little bit slow on that. I could have done that a little bit faster. But that's essentially what we're doing here, guys, is we want to make sure that, and then we're going to shock the boom cannons. He's got max level boom cannons too, so that's going to be a really key upgrade, I think, if you guys can afford it, is getting to, is getting those max level boom cannons, because, man, they make such a difference. You see my heavy chopper on the left there was exposed to one, and he's almost done. So I'm going to go critters up this way. yeah, so we're essentially just using our GBE to shock and critter stuff. That's basically it. Oh, I need to hit this one. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so this is the best way to attack if if the base is too tough to use Seekers against. Now I think that boom cannon targeted a rocket chopper. I'm not sure. Okay, looks like we're all right. All right, so we're gonna shock this one next over here, and now we're gonna flare. So the next part of the attack that I kind of messed up there is flaring. I think I could have done this one a lot faster. I had a lot of troops left, and we could have done that definitely a little bit quicker. But like I said, that guy had more building damage, and he had more troop damage than I did, so that was kind of a mismatch. But let's see what we got here. There we go. All right, so we're able to come away with the win. Just barely squeaking it out. But yeah, so that's basically the different attack. Something's going on outside. That's basically the different attack there. So heavy chopper, 2 heavy choppers, 6 rocket choppers. Delay drop them, depending on the defensive layout. Let's actually take a look and see what he did against us, because I'm interested to see this. I don't know if he was... I doubt he was seeking us, but we'll see. Nah, see, nobody's using Seekers anymore. I shouldn't say that. Some people are, but, for the most part, people are stepping away from Seekers once, everyone's got the building damage now. See, this guy was rank 17. He's got the building damage, so... By the time you guys see this video, everybody's got it. So we got to start planning for the next meta. That's going to be this hit, just like this. And it's all about just keeping the heavy choppers alive and keeping a good, keeping a good kind of path for the rocket choppers to make sure they don't end up like this guy's over here, where they're all naked like this, and that boom cannon is right there. If he didn't have a ton of GBE, he could have easily lost all of his rocket choppers, just like that. But either way, it cost him some time. So yeah, the next thing, looking ahead, I want to see, do I have troop damage? I have the 1 troop damage. Oh, okay, 50%. So, yeah, I know there's another troop damage coming up. That's very key. I guess it's not really coming up. It's kind of far. Maybe chickens. A little bit crazy. But, yeah, a little bit of brain fart there, but that's okay. All right, so let's get into the next one here. But I think our next effective tech is when it's just simply going to be once we get that 50% building damage. I think that's going to be really key. All right, so let's go heavy chopper. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to let him clear these guys. So basically what you want to have happen is you want to have 1 heavy chopper and 3 rocket choppers go this way. 1 heavy chopper, 3 rocket choppers go that way. So that's why we're doing the delay drop. There's not a whole pile of science behind it, but that's the idea. Okay, so we'll go like this, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3. And we're shocking right here. Keeping that guy nice and up and healthy. And then I think we'll do... I gotta hit this guy over here. I think we can... Yeah, we can just catch that boom cannon. And then they'll start throwing heavies out. It's just... At first, you definitely want to be shocking the boom cannons. Okay, let's go like that. We can hit both of those. I think I'm going to save up here. I'm going to do a critter shock in the back. And try to keep that heavy chopper nice and safe. Keep those critters up and alive. And we got a good spread here. We got a good spread. So this is basically exactly how we want this to go. And the heavies, we're just kind of using them. Now, watch. So as soon as we take this one down, we're going to fly over. But we got to do one very, very important thing. I got to shock this boom cannon. Because there's nothing else really in the way that's going to hit my rocket choppers, right? But that boom cannon is 100% in range once I fly over top. So it's going to turn and start picking off our rocket choppers, which we do not want to have happen. All right, Double J, let's see what you got. Uh-oh. He looks like he's getting okay time. He's got some Seekers, but he's also doing what we're doing. So maybe, I'm not saying it's impossible to do something like this, but I don't think 1 boat of Seekers are going to be enough to take that engine. But let's see what happens here. We really need this boom cannon to come in. This is going to be key. If we can get this to start taking down some rockets. Come on, one more shot, one more shot, one more shot. I thought... Yes, he did get it. He did get it. Okay. So there we go. So we're going to take that away now. But that was close. That was close. That's how people are probably going to be using Seekers, is just kind of mixing in a boat or two here and there. And I mean, it's high risk, high reward, right? As always, when you're using Seekers, it is tough to pull off. But I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just this is a lot easier, and it's kind of been, for the most part, more of what I've been seeing. So, I hope that helps you guys out. The base hasn't changed. Hasn't changed at all, actually. So maybe when I get the building damage, I might switch it up and do a little bit more of like kind of a clustered base. But at the same time, I feel like for the heavy chopper, rocket chopper meta that we're kind of shifting towards, having things a little bit more spread out isn't really a bad thing. It's just all about where your boom cannons are and your cannons, obviously. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of that down below in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe for everything that is Season 16 and Warships in Boom Beach. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you next one, guys. Checking out. Back.